This is for Year 12 Further Maths. We're going to look at question 9 from exercise 18E. So a ship leaves Port A and steams 15 kilometers due east, then turns and steams for 22 kilometers due north. So a ship is leaving Port A, that's by Port A, that's by north position, and it goes 22 kilometers east. Not 22, 15 kilometers east. So this will be 15, and then later on it goes north for 22 kilometers. So it goes 22 kilometers north. And we're trying to find the bearing from A to where the ship is. So where the ship is here. I'll just write that as S. So we want to find the bearing from A to the ship. So the bearing would be this angle here. Okay. Now, in order to get that angle, we need to find what this angle is, so we can subtract it from 90 degrees, because the total here is 90, and the bearing is 90 minus theta. Okay, so because this is a right angle triangle, I'll redraw it here. We've got theta here, 15, 22. So we've got a tan ratio, so we're using SOHCAHTOA, so it's the TOA ratio because we got opposite to theta and adjacent to theta. So let's form an equation. Tan of theta equals to opposite divided by adjacent. So to solve for theta, you go theta equals inverse tan of 22 over 15. So let's work that out on our CAS calculator. So inverse tan, 22 divided by 15. So we get 55.71 degrees, and our bearing from A to S would be 90 minus 55.71 degrees. Okay, so let's work that out. 90 minus the answer there. So I'll just copy and paste it. I should get 34 degrees, round to the nearest degree. Now, with bearings, it's always 3-digit, so you should put a 0 in front if it's a 2-digit number. Okay. So that still says 34 degrees. Okay. The other question is, so we've done that question. What's the bearing of port A from the ship? So from the ship, what's the bearing of A? Okay. So we have to go the long way around and find the bearing from here to all the way to there. Okay. So how do I get that? I just need to go 180 degrees. So because why is it 180? Because if I go from here to here, that's 180, and I need to add this extra angle. We'll call that beta. Okay. So I'm going to draw the triangle again. Beta is here. We've got 22. We've got 15. So it's opposite, adjacent, still the tan ratio, TOA. So tan of beta equals opposite over adjacent, 15 over 22. So beta would equal inverse tan of 15 over 22. And to get the bearing, we need to add whatever that is to 180. So 180 plus the bearing. So I'm just writing everything out so we can do it on the calculator. Okay. So let's do this. Inverse tan 15 over 22 equals, 34 degrees. We add that to 180, so 34.29. So beta equals 34.29 degrees, and then we add that to 180 to get the total bearing. So we should get 214 degrees. 240 degrees. Okay. So bearings do change depending on perspective, so make sure you get the right perspective, where you're going from and where you're going to. Okay, so the first question is A to the ship, and then the second question, part B, is the ship to A. Now, remember, you can cheat a bit if it doesn't say let's show that question. Like if it says show that question, there's no around it. You have to show what I've shown in terms of working. Or if it says use SOHCAHTOA or use uh, use right angle formulas to calculate your bearings, you must show it. Okay. Otherwise, you can use the geometry tool. So if you go quickly, I'll just quickly go over it. We should all know how to use the geometry tool. Go new, type in the triangle. So we got 15 here. So lock in 15 here. We've got 22 here. So we'll lock in 22. And with right angle triangles, you've got to lock in the angle of 90 degrees. Okay, and you can get whatever bearing or whatever, not bearing, whatever angle you require. So that's 55.71, which is what we calculated here. And the other angle that we were interested in is this one, which is 34.29. Yeah. Okay. So there's two ways to do it. I prefer the geometry tool where you can get away with it. Otherwise, show the working. Hopefully it helps.